Hi, it's alive. Hi, this is Sandra Longmore welcoming you. I am so glad you are here. And this is She Self-Help Energies for Personal Development, where you're going to learn how to improve your life with educational, inspirational, and useful information. And today's topic with Google Plus is 003. I'm so excited. I got 3 of them down, and today I even have a guest. And my guest, my very, very special guest, is Mary Lynn Monroe, and she has a special story she has created just for this broadcast and just for you. But first, today's topic, which also takes in Mary Lynn's story, is focus on what you love. Now, what is better than doing just that? Create abundance, money, and happiness with what you love. So first, let's do a summary of last week's broadcast. And I wanted to also get up my slide share here. And by the way, I have changed from Ustream TV over to Google Plus, and I'm liking it a lot, learning a lot, finding out a lot about how everything works. And I can see that you have both of us here, so it should be just my slideshow. Okay, I'm going to bring it more. Guess I have to bring it bigger. Didn't have to do that last time. Just had to go like right here. So I'm going to go back to that slide share again. I think I did something different. So screen share, and all right, screen share. Thanks for being so patient. And here it is. Awesome. There we go. That's what you got now. Start the screen share. Okay. So right here on my little Google Hangouts, we have it, but it's backwards. Sure hope it's not backwards for you. There it is. There it's coming. Okay. So first I wanted to show you that my first slide here is She Self-Help Energies for Personal Development with me, Sandra Longmore, and I'm welcoming you. And the second slide here is She Self-Help Energies, where you're going to learn to improve your life with educational, inspirational, and useful information. And where can you find this? Well, you can find it on my internet site under sandralongmore.com. You can find it right here on Google Plus, and you can subscribe to iTunes as well. And I'm also going to be having similar information on the Creating Calm Network, changing the world one person at a time. And on the network, I am available at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time and 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time on the first Sunday of the month. Really excited about that, bringing all this information to you. And today's broadcast is Focus on What You Love and Become Abundant. Everybody likes abundance. I do. But first we're going to go through past broadcasts. And the past broadcasts, as I said before, can be on the Google Plus page, it can be on my internet site, sandralongmore.com, or it can be on iTunes. You can find them there. And join my circle. Join my circle here on Google Plus. And the Google Plus also streams live right to YouTube. So you can find the archives on YouTube now. Isn't that slick the way all that happens? Now last week you learned all about clarity and contrast, and that it was never ever too late to start something new. You're never too old, you're never too sick, you're never too busy to start something brand new and make a fresh start, are you? Nope, you aren't. So why not do it? What are you waiting for? And you also learned that there are different stages of changes. There's the time when you first feel the change, and that's when you feel a sense of kind of not so comfortable. You feel a little confusion, separation, and that's the first stage. And then you set an intention, and you get a momentum going towards what you want. And then comes the gap. GAP, gap, not the clothing store, the gap. And the gap is between what you set out for your intention and how you manifest what you want. And I said here on the slideshow here about the gap. And during the gap, it's most important that you keep your vibe up. And this is where your practice comes in, to keep that vibe up, because you only attract to you what you are, the quality you have at the present time. So your vibe, your vibration has to match, and it has to be kept up during the gap. So keep your vibration high when you get that second stage, which is the gap. And then the third stage is the manifestation, or the the transformation. And that's what happens. So do not settle on anything that's not uplifting. Just say that as a mantra. I'm not settling for anything that's not uplifting in my mind. And shift your frequency. You can shift it most easily by appreciation and gratitude. And you learned that also last week about feeling your creative side. And you really create what you want through practice of becoming aware of the energies of your point of attraction. And it's so much fun. It's just so much fun to live this way and have everything get better and better and better. Life is really supposed to be fun. It really is. Life is supposed to be fun. Look at this girl. She's just standing there on a hill with a beautiful drape here. It's gauzy and nice, and she's just having fun. Life is supposed to have fun. In my art class this morning, I had a new little boy, and he ended up making this picture that we weren't quite sure what it was, but we got it all kind of rubbed in really, really good. And then I had him go over his lines again, and he says, this is fun. So life is supposed to have fun. Quit judging yourself and just get out there and have fun. And life really gets funny. And I mean really funny. I don't know what the gods call humanity, but the situation and scenarios in my own life that I have experienced have been hilarious. Especially since I'm so absorbed in learning all about how to shift the energies of life consciously. Like the other day. This thing happened to me. So, remember, here's a cat looking out of a pajama, and kind of wondering what's next. It has expectation. And remember that law of attraction is always, always flowing. So the other day, I showed up for my yoga. It's called Bikram Hot Yoga, with only my pajamas on. Yeah, I forgot my clothes and exercise things at home. So, yes, this is how I do it. Okay, this is how I get up at 4:30 in the morning and get to Bikram, leave at 5 to get to my yoga, my hot yoga. I really, really love it. But anyway, I leave my pajamas on, I get out of bed and jump in the car, and it's like 5 a.m. and I'm going down the street, and then I do yoga and then shower and dress for the day. Well, this day I forgot everything except me and my pajamas. And I had a full schedule ahead of me. And then I started to laugh. And I just laughed about it. I thought, oh, brother, this is perfect timing. Something is happening here. Law of attraction, always flowing. Why did I attract this? It's got to be fun, because that's my word for the month. Fun. And I said, okay, law of attraction lady, how have you been thinking, and how in the world did you attract this situation? And then it hit me. I had been saying and thinking that I wanted to go shopping for quite a while, but there never seemed to be enough time. I wanted a new yoga outfit, and I wanted a warm hoodie so that I could sleep in it and jump out of bed and then just get in the car and go to hot yoga. And here I was, not only time for doing this shopping, but I had to because I didn't have any clothes to wear for the rest of the day. So this strong desire was go shopping, and that was my dominant perspective, and that's just what happened. And guess what? I had a magnificently fun morning. I went shopping and I found the exact yoga outfit I had wanted. In fact, I found 2 of them at half price. And a very wonderful fire engine red sweat outfit to wear to yoga, also on sale, and a black cover-up that looks dressy enough for me to wear under my yoga clothes, even to a business meeting. Over my yoga clothes. And then, I didn't have any makeup on. Hadn't brushed my teeth even. I take my toothbrush with me too. So then I went to the cosmetic counter and put on my makeup with the samples there. And there, surprise, voila! I emerged from the store. Here I am, so much fun and surprised and full of shopping bags. I got my shopping trip. And I was just amazed at how my desires got fulfilled. Now, not always is it so rosy. This was the old me. Old me just saying, so this was the old me. If that same situation had happened, say, I've been doing law of attraction for about 2.5 years ago, so maybe like about 3 years ago, the old me would have probably said blankety blank 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 and drove home. It's an hour drive round trip, and that all the time I would have been going blankety blank 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 all the way through my day because I had wasted time and missed yoga. But the new me is this, where I just embrace what happened and go off on the adventure with the unexpected change of schedules. So yahoo! Why not embrace the unplanned? But is it really unplanned? Not really, because you create what you focus on. And that's all about what today is. You can have abundance in your life through focusing on exactly what you love. L-O-V-E, love. Now, I know that you know that your thoughts are what draw you to your current reality. And they're setting you up for what you want in the future. This is a law-based universe. In the law of attraction, it's always flowing, always there, always active. Now, you might not like this, but that's the way it is. Deal with it. And the more you get used to working with law of attraction and becoming a deliberate creator of what you want, the happier you are going to be. Yep, law of attraction is a matcher of your current vibration. Sorry, there's no exception here. Believe me, I often wish there was. But it is as it is. So because of your thoughts being the setup model of what you draw to you, it's important to think about what you want rather than what you don't want. Is a light bulb going on, anybody? Well, this is not just sweet Pollyanna sweet stuff I'm saying. It is energy. It is powerful. And it is really, really powerful when you understand it and start to work with it. I am completely immersed in this learning of more about how to work with my energies because it can change everything in my life. Now, you might be thinking, okay, I'll just think good thoughts. That's what she says. I'll try it. Everybody says this. Everybody says think good thoughts. But let's look behind this statement. Thinking good thoughts. Because as you realize why it is so important that you do this, think the good thoughts, your mind is going to do a flip-flop. It is so simple and so effective because When you live in a law-based universe and you understand that, your thoughts will create your world more the way you want it to. So become aware. The first thing you do is become aware of what you're attracting. Look around and then either accept what you're attracting or get ready to change what you are manifesting. Know that everything is constantly coming in and out of form, constantly and continuously. It's a flow. It's an energy, just like gravity. And you are constantly birthing new forms because there's always this creative force flowing through you continually, making up your old patterns, doing the old cookie cutter design life, or making space for new patterns. So you're going to have a really treat a little bit later because this idea ties into the story Mary Lynn Monroe is bringing for us today. The story is about how we got the word for the month of January, Janus. So I know you're excited to hear that, and that's going to come up just a little bit later in this broadcast. You know, January is the month for putting aside old patterns and starting new ones. Now, at the yoga studio, they say it's the biggest month of all to have people start exercising and trying to improve their health. So the simple way of looking at life is that positive thoughts draw to you what you want, and negative emotions do not bring you what you want. That's pretty simple, isn't it? So negative emotions, you only get more of what you don't want over and over again until you're just so sick of having the same old all the time that you just put your foot down and sign up for yoga or try new things. And this closely relates to the abundance in your life. When you do not think in uplifting thoughts and dwell on such things as problems, you actually repel abundance in all areas of your life. Oh, brother, you're probably saying, oh, brother, just kill me now. Well, don't do yourself in quite yet, but stick with this line of thought and get an education on energy and how to shift into the wanted category. This is really, quite funny when you think about it. When you feel bad about negative thoughts that you have, you only give them more power. Darn. Other things happen that match it, and pretty soon you've got a whole rabbit hole you've gone down, and it doesn't feel very good. Well, here's one solution for you to try. Responding to your negative thoughts as if you would a small child. So you're stopping giving them so much energy. And just look at them as something separate and simply show them a better way to be. And that is about shifting the energy. So in a negative child, often just shifting their energy from what they're focused on into something that you want them to be focused on, like a cookie or something else for them to do, play with a different game. That's how you do your thoughts as well. And then another solution is to really watch your vocabulary, your words. Try using the word in the process. So say you open up your wallet and you look in there and there isn't any money. And you say, holy cow, I don't have any money in here. Then take a breath, clear your throat, and say, I am in the process of attracting abundance. I know there was money in my wallet at one time. There will be money in here again because I am in the process of creating money over and over again. And this is going to keep your critic at bay. It's going to keep those negative thoughts at bay. And then you'll get more of the positive things. And you'll be looking in your wallet and there will be some money. And you're going to be surprised and amazed how it got there. So the good news is that positive thoughts are far more powerful than negative thoughts. One positive thought has a lot of power and can cancel out hundreds of negative thoughts. So know this. Know that your inner being, the most expanded part of you, I like to call it the 96% of you, has your back. It is always your back. And it's guiding you to more evolved spot because you're always expanding. You're always going to the more evolved spot all the time. And your lower frequency thoughts will become less of a frequency. And things will manifest that's going to protect you and lead you onto a better path. And the more you practice this line of thoughts and think uplifting thoughts, do uplifting thoughts for yourself, do uplifting things for yourself, the better off everything will go in your life. So don't settle for anything less. Don't settle for anything less than something or someone that will uplift you. I kind of took that as a mantra for the last month. Don't settle for anything unless it's an uplifter, because then you're going to see more and more evidence that things are going better for you. And the more responsibility you're going to have, because the higher things also require that you expend more energy in a higher way. So all that energy you spent worrying or feeling bad about things is going to shift into new ideas, new events, new people, or a transformation of old people and of people that were in your life that weren't as positive. And this is really a good one. I've discovered that you can't go back. Holy cow, you can't go back. Once you've experienced the results of good thinking and good feeling, you really, really feel the yuckiness of not being in alignment of that. And it feels so bad, you'll immediately want to shift it and think, oh, I want to get out of this. This does not feel good. And you have tools how to do it. And you can shift your way from those negative thoughts. In fact, I have become a shifter, a aware shifter. So I can really feel when my vibration is where it's at. And I can particularly feel when it shifts either up or down. And it feels so good when it shifts up that I go after that all the time. It's kind of like, when you have your choice to smell something bad or smell something good. And what's going to be your choice? Or to eat something that's not so good and eat something that's yummy? What's going to be your choice? Have you ever had something like in your car that maybe that doesn't smell very good? This happened to me. I got in the car and there was something there, but I didn't pay much attention to it. And then a few days later I got in and I went, there's something here that it doesn't smell very good. And then a few more days and it was like, whoa, there is something I got to find in this car because this is not smelling very good. So how long did I put it up with it? Probably longer than I needed to. And when you feel a bad thought or you feel a bad smell, get it out of there. If you're curious, what I found out in my car was a rotten piece of fruit underneath my seat. Very simple to just pick it up and pitch it out the window. Live in the country, so I do that. and then, get the relief. But I just kind of let it slide until it got really, really bad. So don't do that. Don't let things slide like that till they get really, really bad. Nip it in the bud. Find out what that stinky smell is right off the bat. Now, there are a lot of tools around to shift your energy, and try them all. There's not a one-size-fits-all on this thing, because you are a unique person and a very special person. You were made from the Creator and created in the eyes of the Creator. So the formulas are going to be different depending on your circumstances and depending on what you are doing at the current moment. But know always that your higher self has your back. So here are some ideas, formulas to try. So last week I gave you that one called Clarity Contrast. Use it all the time with my coaching clients and myself. And another one is just to simply put physical light around the event you're thinking or feeling about, or the person you're thinking about. And you can practice also noticing your negative thoughts just simply dissolve, simply shift. And I've done this one with really good success. And first I talk to myself when I realize that I have momentum on a thought that just really doesn't feel good. I give myself a talking to. And I say everything, absolutely everything is association of ideas. So this thought has come up again because I've associated with something. I think of my thoughts kind of as all lined up on a line, and they just are jumping up and down and up and down. And the ones that don't feel very good are jumping up higher than the rest. So they have my attention. So then I look at that one and I shift it. I shift from that unwanted jumping up hot thought and say, calm down. And I shift it to one that feels better. And this is a process called pivoting. So pivoting is part of the law of attraction training, and I usually pivot by observing something in the moment that is beautiful. Often it's nature or the weather, or even if it's raining, I might say something like, I am just loving this because it's rain and not snow, or flurries, snow flurries. We had snow flurries this year. Always up-leveling the thought, generally at first. The weather's good, nature's good, and uplifting the thought until it shifts. It just kind of dissolves. At least it doesn't have so much momentum. So, you're thinking probably maybe this is just a lot of trouble right now to do all this. And I'm going to shift back over here because I have some slides that I wanted to share with you. Slides are fun. I'm all about the image. Screen share. Technology is fun. There I am. So, yeah, remember this one? Yeah. So, we'll go over here. And this is the new me. When I shift my thoughts, this is the one when I don't shift them. It doesn't feel very good. Shifting, I like her better. And today, we talked a lot about abundance in your life and focusing on what you love. And by focusing on what you love, you can shift your thoughts. And sometimes, just like this guy here, you have way too many thoughts, and they're all associations of ideas. So if you're thinking about maybe you're fat, you're also going to be thinking about things that relate to fat. Fat people are not happy or whatever. So your association of ideas are thoughts that have momentum in your life, and you can shift those by pivoting. It's like the only thing making you unhappy are your own thoughts. So pivoting is a very, very good tool. It's kind of like a GPS. So if you're thinking it's a lot of trouble, what about how much trouble is it if you're on the wrong road or taking the wrong turn? When I first got my GPS, I absolutely loved it. This lady, she just told me how to get home, and I was so excited because I could just shift my turner on and she would just take me right home, and I just was really excited about my GPS. Then one dark rainy night, I attended a training in a place that I had never been before, and I turned on that trusty woman that always took me right home, and I sat back and I followed the directions. But things were not turning out so good. I was driving up dirt roads way high above the city of Portland, and so far, far, far away from the freeway I knew where the freeway was, and I knew I was not going in that direction, but I was way too lost, and it was way too dark for me to change. And so I just went with what she said. She did get me where I wanted to go, home, finally, to the freeway, but she took me the wrong, long way around. And later I found out it was because I had accidentally pushed a GPS setting called bicycle route. So she'd taken me on the bicycle route. So why not check your settings and get to where you want to go efficiently and safely and the fun way by learning how to set your own GPS. So it really isn't too much trouble to practice this idea of good feeling thoughts. Now the practical application of this material is, number one, to become aware of what you're thinking all the time and know the process of getting more abundant is the quality of being here. So that's why you think the thoughts. You think the thoughts because if you want more abundance, you have to think about the quality of abundance and match the vibration, even though the situation might not be the same. You might not be getting a pile of money given to you, but you have the feeling of pile of money by looking at a sunset or eating a nice piece of pie or anything that lifts your vibration. So this means in order to have abundance, you will need to adjust your thinking and have the feeling of abundance. Whew. Okay. Oh, great. So you say, I don't have any money. I don't have any money, and I don't know how to have the feeling of money because I don't have any money. Well, you have to think about the emotion around money. The emotion around money. How do you feel? How would you feel if you had all the money in the world? Well, you'd feel maybe like this. Flow and ease and happy and contentment. And you practice just those emotions. It might go something like this. I feel so much ease and flow today when I showed up with only my pajamas on because I got to go on an unexpected shopping trip. And the result was I was really happy and confident to be dressed in my new outfit, and I did really feel good. And great makeup on. In fact, that makeup was so nice on my skin, I went back and I bought the makeup later on that day. So the emotions are the engine that brings things to you. And this is the law of attraction, bringing the things, magnetizing them to you, the law of the universe. So you might want to get started just using affirmations with saying something that you do want. They could be something like this. Say you find a coin on the sidewalk. I found one this morning. And you could say, I live in an abundant universe and I always get everything I need. Say you're having a great hair day. Say something like, oh my, I radiate self-esteem, inner peace, love, well-being, and happiness. Say you get a raise or you receive a coupon in the mail. You get a free coffee with your punch card. Say, I create money and abundance through joy, aliveness, and self-love. Or say you find yourself just overcoming a challenge. You could say, everything I do brings me aliveness and growth. Because remember the process of getting there is the quality of being there. So have fun with this. Make up your own affirmations. Laugh at yourself and your situations and be absolutely surprised and delighted when fun comes into your life, amazement comes into your life, and expect good things. Just the other day I got this in my email. It's about rooming, and I've been doing a year of rooming, and it said this: the wine of divine grace is limitless. All limits come from only the faults of the cup. Moonlight floods the whole sky from horizon to horizon. How much it can fill your room depends on its windows. Grant a great dignity, my friend, to the cup of your life. Love has designed it to hold his eternal wine. Isn't that just like our broadcast today? I think so. Now I want to share right now an exercise from Sanea Roman and Dwayne Parker's book called Creating Money. It's a great book. And it's called Expressing a Higher Quality. And this exercise will help you to express your higher quality by visualizing having the most important is the being quality. So the higher quality by visualizing having the being quality. So just right now, just relax a little bit. If you're driving, you can just kind of gently relax your mind. Don't close your eyes. If you're not driving, go ahead and close your eyes. And think about the higher quality you'd like to have more of in your life. Is it courage or peace or happiness, well-being, love? Think about a quality that having money would bring to you. Now imagine how this quality would feel and bring that quality into your life. Notice the info energy shifts in your body. Does your posture change? Are you breathing differently? And next, picture a future situation in which you are expressing or experiencing this feeling. Pick one scene in your mind, a future imaginary event that represents how you might experience that quality. For example, if you want happiness, you might think of a common situation you experience often and see yourself experiencing happiness next time this happens. Now keep this picture just simple and repeat it over and over again. Now feel the feeling you want to have in this situation as you have them. Now paint a picture. Who is present? What clothes are they wearing? Where are you? Paint in all the details. Now look at what you've created. What does it look like? Is it bright or dim? Does it need some tweaking? You can do this just like you do on the computer or on the phone. Just change the setting to make it a little brighter and feel the soothing of the image as you sift it around and feel the power as you make those changes. You are so, so powerful. Now look again. Now you're looking at your picture from a distance, like on a small screen. Or look at it from another way, from a big 57-inch flat screen. Feel yourself shift the way you want to view it. You're a shifter now. Take a deep breath. Feel your happiness as you just stepped right into that picture, making it your current reality. Now you're the creator of the scene. You are the artist. Make it even more real. Are there voices in there? What are they telling you? How happy you are, how peaceful you are, or how courageous you are? What sounds are there? Is there music? Can you hear birds or wind? Now go deeper in this place. Make the colors more intense. Feel the objects in the scene and imagine the smell. Bring the picture become part of you. Let that picture become part of you, your inner being. If your thoughts wander, just gently bring them back to the scene and the feelings associated to it. The more real you make the scene you have created and feel the feelings associated with the scene, the more it's going to be magnetized to you. Use all your emotions. Feel, touch, smell, and this is what's going to be in your memory banks, and this is what you can come to receive. Happy abundance. Now today you have learned you can take the long way around to feeling abundant and good about your life if you do not become aware of what you are thinking and want to change. And if you want to change it, You can use the tools of pivoting, the pivoting process. You can use words like I'm in process, and you can become super, super aware of what you're thinking at all times. And remember, most important, to have abundance, you have to practice the quality emotions, the feeling of abundance. So that's the end of my segment today about abundance. And I'd like to introduce to you now my friend and also master storyteller, Mary Lynn Monroe, who has put together this wonderful story for us. So Mary Lynn, we're going to change parts here. So I'm going to give her this. Yay.
Okay, let's see if I can do this. Yeah, but I wind up being a little different height than you are.
How about two?
Okay. Let me see if I can make myself a little shorter. Oh, there I go. All right, it works. Although it still says Sandra Longmore backwards down below.
I don't think they said it's not that way. I hope. I don't know. I don't know how to change it anyway.
Okay, well, I'm not Sandra Longmore, forwards or backwards.
Like, see, if we had you on the lower thirds, we could have put your name.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. So one of the things that Sandra mentioned was that with this being the month of January, January is, as most people know, named after the god Janus, who has two faces, a face that looks forward into the future in the new year, and a face that looks backward into the past and into the old year. And because of that, he was also considered the guardian of a lot of the gates of choice, the gates between things as people are making decisions. But while he's looking forward and back, he is firmly planted in the present moment. But he can see in both directions, which is a strange advantage to have in a lot of ways. So as the new year is coming and the old year is quickly coming to a close, people are out partying and they're celebrating. The old year is finished, done, it's over with. All the stuff that happened, let's just get rid of it, it's back there somewhere. And so they're celebrating with this great gusto and excitement. And celebrations, they take us in a lot of different places on that particular night. And three young women, Cass, Shay, and Mina, are good friends, and they're going to these different parties. And they start out, kind of 8:30, 9 o'clock. They're going to a tavern, bar to visit with some friends and listen to some music and dance and drink and all of the sorts of things that people do when they're out celebrating, especially on New Year's Eve. And then when they're, getting ready to go off and go to another, maybe go off to another bar because this one is kind of getting a little boring to them, somebody says, "Hey, come on with us. We're going to go over to Jake's house, and why don't you come with us? You've gotten to know us. You've been dancing with us, drinking with us, partying with us. Come on over. We're going to go to Jake's house, and we're going to finish celebrating there." So, the three young women go into the bathroom together, and they're talking, and it's like, I don't know. I mean, Shay's kind of like, well, I'm not sure. I get my dad's car and I have to make sure that it's there for him in the morning, and I don't know. And Mina's like, oh, come on, let's go. It sounds like it's going to be fun. And Cass is like, oh, one of those guys. I know he's kind of interested in me, and I just like to get to know him a little more. So, could we please? So Shay kind of concedes, and the three young women go off to this party. And they're at the party, and there's all kinds of people, and the house is pretty good sized, and all of these people, there's music, and there's more booze, and I don't know, maybe some drugs. Not quite sure, but the three young women are talking to people and dancing around, and after a while, as all these parties do, people start to leave or collapse and fall asleep in a corner or get together with somebody. Often, that pile of coats that's over there, it's kind of moving funny. I don't think I want to go over there. And the place starts to kind of quiet down. Mina and Shay are talking, and it's like, Shay's like, I think it's time to go. Everything's quieted down a lot, and it's gotten, it's really late. It's got to be 3 in the morning or so. I don't know. My cell phone ran out of battery, and I can't even check it, and it's getting really late. And Mina and Shay are talking, and it's kind of like, well, where's Cass? Do you remember where she went? Looks at Shay. I don't know. I thought she was with you for a while. Well, no, well, I thought she was with you. Well, she said she wanted to talk to that guy. Well, but that guy left an hour ago. I don't know where she is. So they went walking through the rooms and stepping over people on the floor and piles of, I don't even want to think about what that is down there, but please, I don't want to step in it. And some bottles rattling. Cass, where are you? Cass, we gotta get going. Shay's getting more anxious. Cass, I gotta get this car home. It's Dad's car, and it's gotta be there when he's up in the morning and ready to go to work. He's gonna be so pissed if I'm not home. They hear a groan, a moan, turn around, and no, that's somebody who's just passed out over there, and they hear something else, and they walk around from room to room, trying to find their friend. And as they're walking around, they get back together again, sort of in this big open living room space, and Mina says, Cass, I really have a headache. Cass, I gotta get home. I got a headache, and my feet are killing me. Remind me not to wear these shoes again. Remind me to throw them out when we get home. Shay looks at her friend and goes, I don't believe you. Throw those shoes out. You say that every year. What do you mean? Says Mina. Every single year you say the same thing. What, 4 years that you've had those shoes? You wear them on New Year's Eve, and every single year you say, remind me to throw these shoes out because they really don't fit well. What is this? I don't think you're going to throw them out this year. You seem to really like this pattern. You do it every single year. Mina's just kind of staring at Shay, not saying anything. And Shay goes, What's the matter? Was it something I said? Mina's looking at her. She said, No, it's not you. It's him. She's pointing past Shay, and Shay turns around, and standing there is this guy that they'd seen several times at the party, and the two of them had kind of talked about it, and Cass had seen him too, so the three of them had kind of talked about it. Some people were in costumes for the party, or they were just, people were dressed differently because it was New Year's. Some people were really dressed up. Some people were, wearing masks. They were just in different sort of ways. And this guy, though, was really different because he was wearing this two-faced mask. He had a face in front and a face in the back, and it was really kind of cool, but it was also kind of odd. But every time they told their other friends about it, or the other people that were there, did you see that guy? And everybody else was like, what guy? Two faces? No, nobody's wearing a mask like that here. I think I've seen everybody here. No. It seemed like only Shay and Mina and Cass were seeing this guy. So they thought maybe it was, just their imagination. I don't know. Or maybe he was, maybe he'd left. I don't know. But there he was on the other side of the room. And he walked toward them, and as he walked toward them, they noticed that he had someone in his arms. And as he got closer, the two young women kind of were focusing as hard as they could, and they were like, Cass? Is that Cass? And they went forward and went to grab their friend back from Janice, for this was Janice who was holding her. And he pulled her back, and he said, no, don't touch her. Your friend is kind of in need here. And he said, in need? What does she need? What can we do? We want to help her. We need to get going. Is she sick? Do we need to take her to the hospital? And he said, no, you have a choice to make. A choice? Yeah, you have a decision, he said as he's holding on to her. You need to decide if you want her to go forward into the future or to go back, just a little ways back into the past. And Mina and Shay looked at him like, what are you talking about? Go forward or back? How can we do that? We have to go home, so I guess we have to go into the future? Is that it? Can she just come with us? And holding her, Janice said, she can. But if she does, she won't last through the dawn. What? What what's wrong with her? And Janice said, that doesn't matter. You have a decision to make. You have to decide if she goes forward or if she goes back. Well, I don't know. I guess the two young women looked at each other. And how can we go back? How can she go back? Would that make a difference? And Janice says, well, if she goes back, if you go back with her, just to the start of your parties, just to the start of the evening, maybe rethink your decisions, make wiser choices. Go after happier things. Maybe, if you do that, you, both of you, and your friend can go on into the future. talking about? How can we make that kind of choice? But as Janice stands there holding on to Cass, the two young women realize nobody else has seen this man. All of the snoring, groaning, grunting people that are laying or sleeping or whatever they're doing over there around them, the noise has all gone away. It's like time has stopped for just that moment as they're talking to him. And they realize that this man carrying their friend isn't just a guy in a mask. How can we make that decision? How do we go back? And Janice stands there with their friend and said, the choice is yours. What would you choose if you were those two young women? What difference would those choices make? Think about it.
Awesome, awesome story and awesome thoughts to ponder. Thanks, Mary Lynn. Thank you so much. She says it's fun. Yeah, life should be fun. So January and Janice, the whole idea of you're never too old, you're never too sick, you're never too young, you're never too anything. To stop and ponder and make a fresh start. So make 2014 your year. Make it the best year ever. So that's about concludes our broadcast today. Mary Lynn is going to be back next month, right? And it'll be the second weekend, or second Sunday, Saturday, 1 o'clock in the month of February. Might be around Valentine's Day, I don't know. So I wanted to screen share again here, and I wanted this time to screen share Chrome. I was going to show you a few things on the internet. So maybe I have to get a few other things out of the way. Looks like I do. Powerful story. I'm still thinking about it as I'm getting Chrome up here. Oh, it's right down here. I had it all keyed up for you. Yepers, there it is. Okay, now back to screen share. YouTube, it should say YouTube. Okay, we'll try that one. Okay, good, you got it. All right, this is, I thought I could get Chrome. Good, I have Chrome. Okay, so this is, anyway, this is my YouTube channel. I wanted to show you that you can get me on YouTube, and I have all my Google Pluses up there now. Google Plus is magnificent. It just goes right to YouTube and shows them up there, so you can catch this one just probably within a few minutes here. It'll be on YouTube, so you can subscribe to my channel there. And also, if you want to find out more about me, this is my Google Plus. You can come in one of my circles, and I will sure okay you as one of my friends. And I'm on here, which is the Creating Calm Network. So the Creating Calm Network is a network that's a global broadcasting network transforming the world one program at a time. And we have radio presence through Blog Talk Radio and Google Plus, and we're a bunch of uplifters that got together through the leadership who has created this network, Ann White. And Ann has put together all these radio hosts, and they all have wonderful, uplifting, magnificent information to bring to you. And you can sign up. Right here is the sign up section here. Sign up for the newsletter, which will come every week, and we'll just tell you more about what's on the Creating Calm Network every single week. And this is Mary Lynn Monroe's Unfolding Myth site. And she has a blog post up here, and she is got information that I know you would just love, 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 and finding out more about her creative endeavors with the story that helps your life. And this is my Google Plus page here, and all the Google Plus broadcasts are right here. And this is my internet site. You're getting a little tour here. So this is my internet site. It's Sandra Longmore, the catalyst for improving your life. And you can sign up for my iTunes here, right here on the right on this site. Or you can listen to any of the broadcasts. They're right here. And then where it says read more, you just click on that. And then there's a player there that loads up, and you can listen to them. Or you can subscribe on iTunes and get them on your iPhone or your Android every single week. I'm going to take the last week, though, in the month off. So it's going to be 3 times a month. And I'm on Facebook. There's my Facebook. And this is my personal page. That's my husband, Tom, right there. We're on vacation, having a great, great time. And you can become my friend on Facebook, and this is also my Facebook presence here, and this is sorry, we got confused. All right, okay. There we go. And this is my Facebook fan page. And here's a little bit more about me. I'm a life coach, an author, an artist, and an energy master. So get in touch with me. I'd love to hear from you. And that is our broadcast for today. And I'm looking forward to next week, finding out what the universe is going to have in store to bring you. I just love creating the content because it becomes fresh every single week from me to you. Have a fabulous 2014. Think about things you want to change, and by golly, change them. Bye for now. And